I'm Trish with today's QOTD question of the day for you. Record your answer and join us in the show. If you could ask your pet one question, what would it be? Oh, Fido, why do you love the taste of human shoes? Are you depressed or are you just bored? And what are those zoomies all about anyway? Let's get more insight from our first fan answer, introducing Vivian.
If I could ask my pet one question, it would probably be why he always pees in my bed.
That's a complete non-starter.
Why?
But the whole problem there is that because they don't have the power of speech and they need to find a way of communicating, and kind of what do they have at hand? Urine. So they are communicating to you, Vivian, through the stench of uric acid.
I like to think it's the crop circles of the pet world. They're trying to tell us something otherworldly, very important, and they decided to do it in urine on the carpet. Well, the funny thing would be if Vivian asked that question and then the cat was like, or the pet was like, "It's not you, it's me." It's kind of like a breakup.
It's not you, it's pee. Anyway, JJ, did you have a favorite fan answer?
I did. So I found a really great answer from V Diaz. So let's get through it real quick.
This is probably like an answer to this, but why do they get the zoomies after you shower? So every single time I give my dog a bath and like I let him go afterwards, he's like zooming all across the house. So I've always wondered, like, why does that happen? Like right after you shower. So
my dogs do it when they're like, they totally do it when you get them out of the bath. But I think that they do it when they're like scared or frustrated. I'm just guessing because I can't ask them yet.
Well, then the follow-up question would be from me to myself, which is, do humans still get the zoomies? And if so, how does that manifest? Because I've never seen humans just like run around really randomly, but maybe that's some of that.
Here at my house, when my kids were young, there was a lot of naked kids running around the house really fast when they came out of the shower. Exactly. I'm like, oh. You're running after them with like, a diaper or something like that. Come back.
Well, Keith, did you find a good fan answer?
I do. I have an awesome fan answer from Frank.
If I could ask my pet one question and they could answer, I would ask if they loved me. If I'm giving them enough attention, if they feel like their life has been fulfilled since they've been with me.
I can say with total confidence, Frank, that the answer is yes, right? Because people are complicated. Pets they're just big furry bundles of love. So Frank, you can count on that. That's like the question that goes, unanswered every day, but have faith. I believe in that one.
Yeah, there's no bigger affirmation that your pet loves you than like when I get home from like anywhere, or literally just when I walk downstairs in the morning and my dog always walks up to me and her tail is like going, like literally making like huge loops, banging into cabinets because she's just very excited. And I'm like, oh, you love me.
So happy to see you.
Yes, but Frank's question is twofold. Do you love me? And am I giving you enough attention? And the answer is yes and no, because I feel like they never get enough attention ever, right?
We're talking about dogs, right? Because with dogs, yes, the dogs would like to climb inside you if they possibly could. But cats, like sometimes they just like, you're petting them and it's all good. And the next thing you know, they're biting you and running away.
Yeah, they get overstimulated.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, we're missing Reed today. Mm-hmm. So I was wondering what was her favorite answer. Do we know what that is?
Yes, I do know what Reed's answer would have been. Presenting now, we have Reed's answer, which is from Angel.
Are you an agent? If you are an agent and you can talk, tell me right now. And I will ask that because I be seeing all the movies. I be seeing all the cartoon movies, and I really feel like dogs can talk. When they bark at us, I really feel like they talk, you just don't know what they're saying. So I feel like if I could go to my pet right now, I would ask him, do you work for an agency?
I can tell you it's Inspector Clouseau.
Nice. It's like you're laying in bed and they're just sitting there with their eyes just looking at you, and it's like they're waiting for you to say something so they can report it back to their master. They probably work for some like digital media platform.
Also, I love how Angel negates kind of the whole question where he's like, if I could ask my pet and it could talk, I would ask if it can talk the rest of the time and it's just not talking to me.
But yeah, there was that movie, right, where there was like a puppy and it was all the dog. It was like called like Dogs versus Cats or something like that.
I only remember Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
Yeah, well, A classic. Of course.
But if you want to record your own answer for this question, viewers, you can do so using the link in the description before our Thursday Big Show Championship. It's going to be a great time. But until then, I think it is time for us to talk about our own answers to this question. So Keith, what are you thinking?
I have pondered this long and hard, and I just got to go with, why do they roll around and poop, right? You're just like, what planet are you from? That is like an attractive scent. It's like, Chanel number 5, right?
It really is.
Chanel
So, yeah,
number 2.
So that's
Chanel number 2. The big question is, why whenever I sit down for a recording, do you decide to just start jumping on everything and racing around and pulling out my cord? And it's just like, look at me. Your friends are boring. I'm fun.
I suspect that his agency does not want us to complete this podcast. They're like,
You're right.
sabotage the podcast. We must stop QOTD.
But I think the one that I'm most curious about is, like, can my dog do like basic math? Because I don't think I've ever been in a situation where my dog has like needed to do basic math. It's always like, oh, here's a treat if you do this trick. Like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. But like, I'm curious, like, if I had like 2 treats in one hand and 3 in the other, and I would ask her, like, do you know that this side is worth more than this side? Like, does that compute in your brain, or is it just like eat, poop, sleep, eat again?
I think that there's a lot going on in those tiny little craniums of theirs. And so I think that they can do all that.
Well, we have some really amazing answers to this question, as you can tell. But if you want to record your own answer, tell us what you would ask your pet. You can record your answer to today's question or any of this week's other questions using the links in the description. And make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube so you can get notified about new daily questions.
Well, thanks everyone for joining us, and a special thank you to our subscribers and everyone who's watched, voted, and recorded so far this week. Remember that the top voted answers make it on the air for our Thursday Big Show, so make sure that you record and vote at beyondtheair.com for your chance to join us. And while you're there, you can also play our amazing Guess and Big game.
And if you love today's QOTD or our amazing fan answers from folks just like you, you can say thank you by writing a comment or by liking our channel. Or if you really love it, go ahead and click that thanks button. We will give you a shout out on the air.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning in today. We are QOTD and beyondtheair.com signing off, and we will see you all on TV. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Feel better, Reed.
Feel better, Reed.
Her throat's a little rough. I know. I talked to her. She said, "Meow, it hurts."